Good evening, everyone. Crikey, that was a rush. I've been setting up for the past half an hour, and only while I was playing the joining video did I realise one of my devices needed charging. Then I realised another one of my devices needed charging. And then I realised I need a drink. And then I realised I could do with the lavatory. So anyway, that has been a bit of a rush to get this started. To say that I started over an hour ago, but whatever, we're 10 minutes late, but does that really matter? In my opinion, no. Anyway, bit of a change of plan today. If you were in the stream earlier, or if you joined the stream and you were waiting for, you just joined to see it 'cause it'd come up in your feed or whatever, then you'll have probably seen the title and the description were different to what they are now. Before I explain why that is, I'll say hello to some people in the chat. On the main line, thank you very much for joining. Jaden, thank you very much for joining. Jaden on the main line, same thing. Don't know why I said two different names there. Kurt, the model shed, thank you very much for joining. I'm going to be playing Farming Sim when on here, so I might not chat that much. That's absolutely fine. Lewis Cartwright, thank you very much for joining. Hope you're doing okay. How is everyone today? Let me know how you all are while I run through the intro. So it is indeed that time of the week again, isn't it, everyone? A Sunday afternoon, so it is time for another stream. Do remember to subscribe and give the stream a thumbs up if you are enjoying it and if you think you will enjoy it. And if you could share a video or two of mine to someone you know, or share my channel to somebody who might appreciate it, then I would appreciate that as well. Helps the channel grow. And we have hit over 250 subscribers. That's one of the things I've got to talk about later. So, indeed, welcome back to another stream from my channel. Today we are doing servicing, and after the intro I will explain why we're doing servicing and why there's a sudden change of plan between running trains and what we're going to be fixing today. Do let me know in the chat if audio and video is all okay. So you should be able to me waving at the camera now, and you should be able to obviously hear me talking. Do bear in mind that comments from StreamYard, which is the software that I'm using, do take a little bit of a time to come through to my streaming software. And similarly, me actually speaking now takes a little while to go over to YouTube as well. So just bear in mind that. But if I don't see your comments after a minute or two, then do feel free to post them again. Today's stream will probably end at about 6 o'clock. My tea is ready at 6:10. So that gives me 10 minutes to, well, sort of pack up, but not really. It'll probably finish just before 6, if I'm honest. So, about an hour and 30 maybe today. We'll see how everything goes. But anyway, I will see you in 11 seconds after I have rolled the intro. Right then, everyone, we're back after the intro, and a magical can of Diet Coke has appeared. Are we going to be fixing the Diet Coke? No, I'm going to be drinking the Diet Coke because I deserve my zesty drink on a Sunday. Indeed, that was zesty. I've just realised I've committed a terrible crime, and I have not lowered my loft hatch cover, as you probably saw if you watched my most recent layout update. So give me a minute and I'll just shut that, especially with it being very, very snowy, at least where I live. It's now freezing up the loft. Although not too bad, because I've had the soldering iron warming up and all the lights on, especially this one. This kicks out some heat. I've had all the controllers warming up as well, so it's not too bad. Plus I've got an hoodie on. On the main line, says Pepsi Max. Indeed. Audio and video is all okay. Thank you very much. So, earlier, as I said I was going to explain after the intro, earlier you will have probably seen... Tell you what, this feels a bit like I'm presenting the news here, so let's swap over to camera 2. Yes, this is the newsroom look, isn't it? Anyway, so earlier, if you saw the stream when I scheduled it on Friday, or Saturday I think I scheduled it for today, if you saw it, then you might have seen the stream was titled Counting Down to Xmas by Running Trains at Highbrook Endle Railway. Well, we're not doing that today, obviously. The service and bench is out, and there is only one camera facing the layout, and we'll use that for a little bit later. However, recently, yesterday night I slept over at my grandma's. Thank you, Grandma, if you're watching. And my granddad, who, well, I've got one granddad who is fixing one of the 902 circuit controllers, and then I've got my other granddad and Grandma who slept at their house last night. So that granddad, whose house slept at us because Mum and Dad went out, he always looks on Facebook Marketplace for me. He's always, he's the sort of person who sort of buys and sells things, so he might buy golf clubs, keep it for a while, and then sell them on, or might just buy them to sell them on, or buy them to keep, or whatever. So he's always on the lookout for me for new trains, new model railway bargains, scenery coaches, wagons, trains, anything, controllers even. He did that yesterday as well. So he's always looking out for me, stuff like that, which is very good. And we saw an absolute cracker of a bargain. It was, drum roll please, and I'm ashamed I don't have a sound effect for that, it was a Virgin HST power car. It was another Virgin HST power car. And it was a Virgin coach. Guess how much you think that was? Put your answers in the chat. How much do you think those three were? Yes, I know it's in bits, but that's because I've taken it to bits. It didn't come like that. So, how much do you think there were? Pop your answers in the comments. How much do you think there were? So, my granddad had seen this and he showed me. A lot, amongst some other stuff, there were another seller doing like a Great Western Railway Prairie Tank. There were all sorts of stuff. Let's go back to normal view now. We've done the news. So yeah, I thought, oh, I'll have that. There were a couple of other more expensive things, a couple of other engines that he'd sort of tinkered with, and he said that when we went to his house earlier. But I thought, aha! I've already got 3 Virgin coaches, as you can probably... can you see them over here? Yes. 1, 2, 3 Virgin coaches. So I sold the Virgin HST and thought, hang on a minute. Before I bought the Virgin Class 47 and those 3 coaches that are over there, I was initially looking for a Virgin HST, so I thought, that's quite good, because I might not have bought it if I'd have only had what I was going to buy, but because I've already got 3 Virgin coaches, that means I can have a 1, 2, 3, effectively a 6-car set, 2 power cars and 4 coaches, which will fit quite nicely on my layout, because my layout is not the biggest, and my stations aren't the biggest, so I thought, oh, that'll be quite nice with that. So we got there. 25 quid for this, but also, and I'll tell you what, I'll leave the power car here because that's what we're going to be servicing first, but also there were 3 Pullman coaches such as this one. There was a brake coach similar to my car number 88, so there was a brake coach like this one here, but because you don't have 2 brake coaches on a train unless you run in 2 sets of Pullmans, and I don't intend to get 2 sets of Pullmans, so another brake coach, so I missed that one out because there was no point having a brake coach. But would you believe there was also, oh crikey, I've just knocked the camera. Yeah, that's stable. But would you believe one of my other Pullman carriages called Lucille, I believe you say, spelt Lucille. There was that one there. I thought, well, there's no point buying 2 coaches that have the same name. But there was this one called Ibis, and these were £5 each. So I've got an extra Pullman coach. I've now got 4. I didn't think there was any point in buying the other 2 when it was a brake coach. And you know, there was no point buying the same named one. But this powered car, the trailing power car, and the Virgin coach, the other Virgin coach, they were not 20 quid, they were £25. Now, to me, that's an absolute cracker of the bargain, because not only has this got lights, it's got directional lights fitted. That's what this weird thing is. That's got an LED. You probably just see above my finger there. So it's got lights fitted. It's got a DCC decoder, and I know what you're thinking, George, why have you bought it? You don't run DCC. Well, what I can do is I can rip the DCC decoder and all of its associated wiring out of here and potentially sell it on eBay and get £5 for it, because decoders are quite expensive. So I got a power car for that, but then I got the trailing power car as well. That's also got directional lighting in it. It's got the headlights, as far as I can remember. Oh, that's very odd. It's got the headlights at the front, but it's also got a white and a cap. It's got like a red light and a white light for trailing and obviously lead. Whereas the front was only got lead. And me and my granddad had to do a bit of a repair on this. You can see on this one how that's got the headlight shield there and then that block in the middle. Well, the only downside to buying this one was that this one didn't. That was just a gap. So you can imagine removing that and just having a gap. So what me and my granddad did was we epoxy resin that and filled it in. And I think you agree, it doesn't look too bad. Obviously, it's not as clear or as see-through as this one. But to get one of these, including postage, was £6 for one light shield. Crazy thought, not paying that. I don't care if the epoxy resin looks slightly worse. So we epoxy resin the front, and then I'm just going to paint that little bit in the middle that hasn't been epoxy resined yellow, because there's blue tack under that we formed a square with. And then I'm going to paint that yellow when I get some yellow paint, and hopefully it'll look okay. It's going to be at the back of the train, not the front of the train anyway, so it won't look too bad. Let me think. That one's that one, because Maiden Voyager is 43. Maiden Voyager is 43063. Well, I'll tell you what. The power car is going to be the one that's always at the front. So I'll put the one with our fix at the back of the train. So I'll swap that one over. So Lady in Red's going to become the power car, and Maiden Voyager's going to become the trailing car. So I'll put that one over there, just because I don't want the bad-looking headlights at the front. Not bad-looking, but, you know, we had to kind of bodge it. So, yes, indeed, people in the chat. I don't know why I'm saying people in the chat. On the main line, yes, we are resurrecting the HST today. It does work, but not very well. Thank you very much, Lewis. And Kurt, am I going to keep the HST? I am indeed. I think, bearing in mind it has a DCC decoder and lighting fitted, I think that could have gone on eBay for 50, 60 quid. So I've got an absolute cracker of a bargain there. Sip of Diet Coke, Pepsi Max even. But also, it was also selling wagons such as these. Coal wagons, you know that behind me in this direction is going to be a coal marshalling yard / general wagon storage yard. So these wagons were originally supposed to be £4 each, and when we went to this guy's house with my granddad, I said, "How much are your things?" And he said, "Oh, about £4." But then he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 wagons, you can have them for 20 quid. So instead of for 28 quid, we got them for 20 quid. So spent 50 quid total. Got a HST, another Pullman coach, and some of them coal wagons, which are really going to bring my coal yard to life. Still need loads more, though. So, yeah, we haven't done too bad today. So, we are indeed going to be resurrecting. I was about to say rectifying that then, but I guess we are rectifying it because we're taking the DCC decoder out of it and making it work properly. We are indeed going to be fixing this. We will be fixing this right now. So, I will strip it apart, which is easier said than done. First of all, I'm going to remove this horrible sticky stuff. I can understand why people do this, because especially in Hornby diesels, and Lima diesels for that matter. The cabs constantly fall out, so I can understand why this guy has used sticky tape, but I'm just going to use blue tack because I've got plenty of it, and it's, you know, it's not sticky, it doesn't leave residue, you can peel it off whenever you like. So I'm going to scrape all that off. I'm aware at some points you might not be able to see everything I'm doing, which is why I'll sort of flick between these cameras here. In fact, I will stay flicked on this camera. He's also had some sticky stuff on top of the weights, or the weight. I presume that is to... Oh, that's disgusting. I presume that's to keep the wires in the decoder in place, but I am going to be getting rid of said decoder. I know it's a servicing stream today, but if you've got any questions at all, then do feel free to post them in the chat. I will be giving you a couple of updates while I'm going as well. But generally, more of a relaxed stream today. It's kind of a watch me fix an engine type of thing, which is nice to every once in a while. Oh, it's disgusting, is that? Ugh. If I took the weight out, it might be a bit easier. But at least he hasn't stuck the weight in. Be careful with knives, mandatory safety warning in case YouTube comes along my channel in 2 or 3 years' time and says, you're monetized, you should not be using knives. Not saying that I will be monetized in 3 to 4 years' time, but you never know. Let's use the bigger knife because its blade's a bit stiffer. This is actually stuck surprisingly well. I normally have trouble with adhesives getting stuck, but this seems to have been on there a long time. The bloke who I got this off says he actually bought it with the decoder inside. But this is from 2001. I know for a fact it was a DC set that came with the Virgin power cars because it had the old... It had like... Is it the R921 or is it the R729? Anyway, my little controller with the yellow knob... It came with one of them, but with the red knob. Is it the R965, I think it is, them controllers. So I know for a fact it was a DC set. Right, weight out. That can go over there. So, now to work out where everything goes. So, as far as I'm aware, screwdriver... On the main line, I've got to go for a bit, I'll come back. Okay, that's fine. So, there's a screw down here with a spade connector on it. Well, a screw that goes into like a flangey type thing. Keep my screws over there. That goes into a, like that, little loop with a spade connector goes on. So... that comes off there. That goes round here, straight to the lights. And well, both that that goes to the lights. So I can take this off. Got to take all the wires off before I take the bogies out. So that wire comes off there. It's a bit of a rat's nest. Hopefully I'll only have 3 or 4 wires and I won't have the decoder in the way. So that goes into the decoder. So if I'm going to sell this decoder, I best keep these wires off because it's difficult to push wires. Keep the wires in the decoder because otherwise it's difficult to put them back in. So there's heat shrink tubing. I'm not going to bother dealing with that. Snips, where are you? There we are. So I'm just going to snip that off. Haha, snips. Snip that off there. And that's alright. So that now just goes to the lights. And I'll just leave that as it is. That also goes to the lights like so. I think I'm going to have to take this bogey out here. So if I just push that clip in, then we should be able to see what's going on. This wire here also goes to the decoder. It splits off like a, I guess, a Y junction. So I'm going to snip that off. Like that. So that's the decoder pretty much free. And then the decoder also attaches to one of the motor contacts. So I'll snip it off there. I'll probably end up rewiring this with this stream with my own wire, to be fair. So that's the decoder nearly off, and then that one just goes there as well. So I can sort all the wires to this decoder out. So that's the decoder free. I'll keep that safe. Might sell that on if possible later. I don't even think it's one of the plug-in decoders. I think it's... Oh, no, it is. It looks to be. Although, I'm not a DCC guy, so if you're a DCC person, is this like the 12 or 21 pin decoders you just plug in, or is it just a hardwired one? Got some interesting components on it, though. Tiny components and a load of ICs on the back as well. Anyway, we're not focusing on decodering. So, this bogey can probably come out now. Now, Hornby have included diodes in this, so it is directional lighting. It's not all of them come on at once, that sort of jobby. Need to start learning to put my tools away and not just chuck them there. So, soldering iron, are you warm? Please be, yeah. I think somebody's also bodged some pickups onto this as well. Because, well, I think they have. I'm not entirely sure. But that's off. That goes down there. And then we've got a rat's nest here. So, as far as I can tell from a brief look, somebody has commoned some wires together. Or in fact, I think this actually might have been originally a DCC locomotive, because there's pickup wipers. It's not just a chassis thing. It's not just to bodge it onto that metal chassis and bodge it onto that one there. It looks as if somebody has actually, well, either that or it is a DCC loco, or a 01, but I think that might be a bit early. Looks like somebody has, well, either Hornby or somebody has included proper pickups in this, which is good, because there's pickups there. Normally it's just a chassis connection from the wheels to the chassis, but there is actually small pickups. You can probably just about see that. And there is, however, oh yeah, there's pickups on here as well, even on the traction tired wheels. So if somebody's modified this, they've modified it pretty goddamn well. That's interesting. Kurt says, congratulations on 150 subs. I think you mean 250, don't you? But yeah, I'll talk about that a bit later. Oh, sorry, excuse me. On the main line is filming a video, that's fine. Kurt says he's not going to get a new HST, but I'll get a HST chassis for my old body. Sometimes getting a new chassis for an old body can be more expensive than buying a new HST altogether. This red wire here goes to the motor. Red wire goes to the left of the motor. Black wire goes to chassis down here. And then this is connected just on the pickups on this bogie, so that's fine. Looks as if there's a resistor there and some sort of... Oh no, that looks like a diode and some sort of resistor up this end. So that's fine. So I'll take a look at this bogie later and dismantle that a bit later. Let's turn our attention to the motor bogie. So let's unclip that. Paintbrush, where have you gone? That's fine, Kurt. Paintbrush, where are you? There you are. Now, it's got a load of green stuff in, because that bloke also gave me several tubs of assorted stones and several tubs of, well, several trees. So the trees have been shedding like a cat all over this. So I just need to dust it out, really. Not the best thing to have bits of tree inside your engines. That's fine, Kurt. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. It's not going to get trapped in any mechanism now. So we can put that to one side as well. So that chassis is sorted. We're rattling things off the list here. Oh, did you? Did you? Let's check. I don't... did you? If you have, that's good. You've certainly shot up. YouTube.com/onthemainline. Lots of people's sub counts have been jumping right up for a few weeks now. Ah, you cheating little thing. You're on 107. Very funny. There's another Kurt TV. Is that your car channel, Kurt? Or is it an imposter? A sus imposter? Sorry, Among Us reference. Don't think the cool kids do that anymore, do they? Anyway, whatever. Right, now's the everlasting pain of getting this out of its motor bogey. It is an absolute pain. Oh, well, that one was easy. Right, must remember that when the coupling is to the left, the motor bogey is with its contacts forwards. News about this channel soon, George. Very nice. You'll probably have more subscribers than me if you carry on making channels. Not that that's a problem. I'm not sure combined channel subscribers count though, do they? Otherwise, Mr. Beast would be on more than PewDiePie, probably. Not that I watch either of them. I don't particularly like either of them. To be fair, call me a moody old dinosaur, but I don't. That's good. The springs haven't shot away across the room. The brushes don't look too worn. And in fact, we've already got a free spring in there, so if I lose a spring, it's not a problem. But he's bringing the Kurt TV name back. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Now, this is a very weird pickup arrangement. There. As you can see, we've got a contact there. We've got a contact round the other side. And then we've got this sort of U-shaped contact that goes round the bottom of the motor and onto the back of the wheel. So if I wonder if this was actually a DCC locomotive from scratch, which is very confusing. I didn't know Hornby did HSTs of this Ringfield motor style like that. That's very, very interesting. Are the brushes going to come out? No. That tells me the armature is filthy, and I know it is filthy. So I'll get my towel out for my hands. They are very odd. I have actually serviced HST before, that old one, that Assault on. That's very, very odd. It's very dirty. Pick my right size screwdriver. So I wonder if this was a DCC locomotive from scratch. Either that or somebody has done a bloody brilliant job of converting it. Let me get a bigger screwdriver. I can never remember which wheel pops off. Is it the grey? Is it? Yeah, it's the grey ones. It's the geared wheels that pop off. I have to be careful not to these pickups because, you know, there is lots of pickups on this engine. So reliability should be very good. If there was a combined sub count, I'd be on 7.6k. Why? What other secret channel have you got? I know you've got 0.1 gaming. That's a blast from the past. What secret channel have you got, Jaden? Spill the beans. Either that or you're just joking. Flipping heck, this is greasy. It's like somebody's tried to fry it like a chip. Oh God, that's not good. No, the outer rim of the wheel has come off, but the centre of the wheel hasn't. Crikey. Nah, it's alright, you should just push it back in, really. It's not a problem. Come on, you stupid wheel. There, it's off. Oh, that is filthy. So if I'm not mistaken, it should just push back in. Yeah, it's just fallen out. Towel. This is extremely dirty. I wonder if we'll even get onto the other one. It's that dirty. It's minging. Absolutely minging. Cotton buds. Oh, blast. Why has half my wires come with it? Might have to go and refill on cotton buds, it's that bad. These pickups look quite warm, that's concerning. And this cotton bud's completely ruined. Why? What's your most subscribed to channel? Or how many channels do you have? What's your channel with 4.2k? That's interesting. What would that channel be? I mean, you don't have to tell us if it's embarrassing, like, but... Interesting new info. Did I not take that wheel out? Apparently not. Just left it in there for laugh, didn't I? This is inside of here. Might as well teak up the pickups while I'm at it. Where are we? We're there, that's where we are. I might as well teak up the pickups. I don't really need it, but I might as well while I'm at it. It'll just mean I have to do it sooner, at a later date. Any nostalgia? Yes. Didn't you and your cousin run that channel? Is it your cousin? I can't remember. If I'm honest, I don't watch it anymore. I don't think you upload, do you? Or maybe you do. Well, no, you don't, because I'm subscribed, unless YouTube has done that auto unsubscribe thing again, which is moderately infuriating. Well, this is certainly the weirdest mechanism I've ever seen. I should have really taken them brushes out, because I've just realised I've been faffing around with them brushes, and if they'd have fallen out, I wouldn't have found them again. They are thoroughly lodged in place, but it's good practice to take your brushes out before you start turning everything upside down. In fact, they're actually just stuck in this plate here. Oh, that is nasty! And that's an odd shaped brush, it's not chamfered at the end. Whatever, as it works. Right, back to where was I? I was doing the pickups. So those two will look relatively clean. The back of them, might as well do that as well. This is quite minging. When the guy ran it for me, it ran. Actually, it ran surprisingly well to say how dirty it was. But he said that he had some plums on his track. Because obviously he was getting rid of his stuff. For whatever reason. Because he decided not to do it anymore. He was getting rid of his stuff, so I think either people had nicked points, which meant his track didn't work how he wanted it to, or how it once did. So I'm surprised it ran at all. Oh, that is caked. On the main line's back. I was reading all your other stuff. I just want reading out loud. Might have to get my towel on this. My towel needs washing because I mopped up a load of PVA glue I spilt the other week, and now it's just gone into a crusty mess. Right. Give it a bit of a wipe. It's all going to get re-lubricated anyway. There's a bit of wire stuck in there. That's interesting. You have started some Kurt. Oh, there's a little strand of wire in there. Glad that didn't short the commutator. That could have been nasty. Right, I think I'm happy with how that is. Oiling pen. Just where the motor armature will come through that hole. I turn it upside down, check it, and then turn it that way. A big blob of oil, or a big blob of oil for how big the nozzle should form, then I can just do that on the inside. Right, I'm happy with that. That's all good. Right, I think I'm happy with how that is now. I'll put that to one side. This mess of oil and grease and, oh, it's nasty. Quite nasty. Right, that's sorted. I'm happy with that now. Not much I can do with the towel. It'll just ruin it. Smaller screwdriver. Pop that off. Pop that off. Boom. These are weird gears as well. They're like a light grey instead of a black colour. Every ring, as Bill once said before all of his videos disappeared on his channel, every single Ringfield motor I open is different. Slightly concerning that there is quite a lot of wear on these gears, suggesting that it has been under lubricated, but from the state it's in now, it is over lubricated. So that suggests that somebody realised it were getting worn and then just bunged a load of oil on, or not a lot of oil in the right place. But the posts are slightly worn down now, but I'm not worried about that. And if they do run out, I'll just do what Bill did. He drilled a hole and then put a screw in it and like chopped the head of the screw off, or it might have been a nail. And he glued the nail in the hole he drilled, so I can resort to something like that if I absolutely have to. I'll try not to bend them pickups too much. He says bending the pickups even more. Right, trademark trick now. That on a bit of paper towel. And we get a WD-40. Is my audio and video still coming across all right? Apparently with no internet signal. Tell me if it's still all right. Trademark thing now is the holes where the wheels go through get extremely mucky. WD-40 with a bullseye nozzle. Squirt down there. He says squirt down there, not being able to squeeze the trigger enough. And all the nasty stuff should go along with the WD-40. There. Flushed. Somebody once commented on my channel. Why do you use WD-40? It's not for cleaning. Stops squeaks, drives out moisture, cleans and protects, loosens rusted parts, frees sticky mechanisms. I think you'll find it does clean. It's what I used to use. It should be better now. It's gone away. Is it any better now? Should be. This webcam's not the best anyway, especially with StreamYard. I've talked about that before. It's Dad's stop out because the laptop wasn't beefy enough. I don't know if I told that to anyone. Might have done. Don't really know. Should be better now anyway. T-cut on the commutator. Absolutely disgusting. Much better. Good. Oh no, it's probably just got even worse now because it's gone down to 1 bar. I can't even see the copper on this commutator. It's that dirty. How on earth did it even run? That is a mystery. I've put too much tea cut on. Purely because I want to really polish this, because it is disgusting. The tea cut's literally turning black. Let's get the other camera on for a little bit. Tea cut has literally gone grey. Not good. That camera wasn't happy. Let's get the towel. While I'm doing this, I might as well talk about what sort of things we've got coming up. On the 1st of December, I have a... well, on the 1st of December, which is a Wednesday, this week on a Wednesday, actually, I am putting up the Christmas decorations for the loft. So the Tuesday video after that, you'll see the Christmas decorations. And the YouTube Shorts, you'll see the decorations. The stream, you'll see the decorations. The Tuesday video after this Wednesday, you'll see the decorations. And obviously the Christmas special stream, you'll see the decorations. So Christmas decorations are going up in the loft. Tuesday's video is a mega running session using quite a lot of different locomotives, quite a lot of different camera angles, using the sidings, doing shunting, all that good stuff. So that's Tuesday's video, and the Tuesday videos after that is sort of an end of year look back on 2021 on my channel, about my channel, not just generally. And then after that, it's my Christmas special stream, and then I take my break. So not much content coming up for the rest of this year. Not much at all. The controller that I said my granddad was fixing, that is nearly fixed. He's coming to test that on Tuesday. So hopefully that works, and then I can wire my other one up, because I don't want to wire one up when I need to sort of work out the orientation with all three. Lewis Cartwright says he took his Lima diesel shunter apart and cleaned the motor, checked the brushes and the springs, and now I'm about to put the motor back in the chassis and then put the body back on. Very nice. It's always good when you can service your own engines. Well, I've just realised this motor's getting even weirder. It's a 5-pole motor. That is very, very strange. I've never, ever seen a Hornby Ringfield with 5 poles on it. That is very, very, very strange. Normally 3 poles, so it's normally split up into thirds, but this one's split up into fifths. I don't know if you can even see. Let's get something that's not going to damage it. I'll just use a screwdriver and be careful. You can see probably one. It's not really working. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got 5 poles. That is very strange. Yeah, I'll put it a bit closer. And you can clearly see it's got 5 segments. It's a 5-pole Ringfield motor. That's probably why it were running so well, even though it was absolutely filthy. 5-pole Ringfield motor. Never, ever seen that. Didn't even know they did 5-pole Ringfield motors. Not even in online forums have I seen people even mention it. Well, I can just about see the copper. There's sort of some weird grey stuff over it, so I don't know if that means the copper is just covered in crap that's so stubborn it won't come off, or if it means we've worn through the copper commutator and we're now just onto the metal that the copper on the commutator was on. That's concerning. I'll just have to keep checking it and make sure it's not getting worn down too much. There we are, that is one brand spanking clean Ringfield motor. Soldering iron's still on, I can warm my hand on the casing of it. Not that tube, because the soldering iron sits against there. But I can put my hand on top and give it a warm. Right, so that's that clean. Gears next. And then we're pretty much ready back for assembly, so I'll just wipe these with cloth. Best way to clean it. I'm going to take this downstairs after this stream and put it in wash, because it's so crusty where I've had to mop up the PVA glue that it's pretty much unusable. I'll clean this copper thing as well, that gets quite oily. There we are. These wheels aren't actually dirty, so I can probably just give them a wipe with the towel. They are greasy though, so I'll sort those out later. So gears and that's good. Brushes and springs, that's something we need to attend ourselves to. Quick rub on the end to remove any excess graphite deposits. They're alright. This one isn't, this one's filthy. Not really much you can do with brushes. You can soak them in brake cleaner or metal cleaner, but I just normally give them a wipe to remove excess graphite, or carbon, because that's what graphite is. It's carbon in a specific arrangement of carbon atoms. So, yeah. Right, front plate is going back on now. I think that's all we can do. And I'll put the brushes in and the plates on. It's a lot easier. Thankfully the clips haven't broke on that, otherwise that would be a disaster. I don't think we're far off fixing this one. I'm not sure if we'll have time to have a quick look at the power car, but that is the only thing that needs doing, and it's not the mechanism, it just needs the wires tidying up a bit. Anyway, that's that sorted. I'll give it a spin to work in some of the oil. It spins freely, so that's good. Sparing at the back would do some oil. So that's got some at the front, but just behind the cog itself. But I think that cog needs a clean. It's very dirty. Give it a pinch with my cloth. I don't like keep calling it a cloth, it's a towel. That seems alright. Lewis says my favourite type of science experiments are the ones that cause explosions. Yeah. They're quite fun. Squeaky pop test. Hydrogen, is it? Used to burn peanuts as well, but they don't let you do that anymore because allergies. Well, there were allergies before, but I guess they just didn't think of that. One brush is in. Second brush on, which has been put in the wrong way round, at least when I took it apart, is in. Contacts, where are they? They don't look too bad. They've just got solder flux all over them. Which is not a problem because it's not in the way, but must have been very... It's like my granddad's solder, which is what this is. I'm borrowing some of my granddad's that I took off his spool. It's like my granddad's. That's very aggressive. It spits at you. Not particularly nice. But yeah, a 5-pole ring-field motor. Very, very odd. I haven't seen that before. So, Kurt, have you ever seen a 5-pole ring-field motor? Have you heard that they exist? Because even on forums, when I used to be on, you know, I used to read the Hornby forum quite a lot. Not anymore since the update. I can't stand it, to be fair. But have you experienced a 5-pole ring-field motor, Kurt, or have you heard that they exist at all? Because I haven't. It's very interesting. But I guess I can say... now that I do know they are a thing. Oh, nope, never knew they were even a thing. Neither did I. Will somebody do a quick Google search for me? I would do it, but my laptop isn't really powerful enough to have 17 tabs open at once. Excuse me, will somebody do a search, 5-pole Hornby ring-field motor for me, and just see what it returns? Copy and paste whatever it comes up with in a chat. Will somebody do a quick Google search? I'd be interested to know. Unless this guy has made his own custom motor, which would be very odd. But he'd have to be very, very good at what he does. Which is, well, people generally are very good at what they do, aren't they? It's now the race to see who on earth is going to get the search result the quickest. Right, this wants some more tension on it, so I want 2 fairly large screwdrivers. I want to hold one down there, hold that down there, sneak that under there, and bend that up. Good, we've got brush tension there. Hold that one down there. Bend that one up. Good brush tension. You don't want to get too much brush tension or your model will grind to a halt because it's exerting so much force on the armature it cannot run. Right, let's see if this does run or if I've completely ruined it. No, I've completely ruined it by the looks of it. No, I haven't. Runs better one way than other, but then that's how DC motors generally work. Not much arcing from the brushes, which is good. Yeah, that seems to run fairly okay. 3 in 1 now. That's the same that's in my oiling pen. Really. I only want a dribble, but oiling pen only is under 0.4mm tip, so it doesn't really give out enough to oil gears. So that's the motor back together. Now it's the gears. Not sure which way around these go. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll put it with the little spots facing inwards. The 4 spots facing inwards. Kind of an odd gear arrangement as well. The right-hand gear on this side seems to be shifted towards the left. Lewis says he's had a look at some 5-pole Ringfield motors, and the tender-driven Hornby locomotives have Ringfield 5-pole motors. I've got a Hornby A4, Golden Eagle. That definitely hasn't got a 5-pole motor. That's got 3. But I imagine the Duchesses, the red ones, I don't know what they're called. I know some of them do. I imagine some of the older ones do. But my A4 definitely doesn't. Right, I won't chuck some oil until the wheels are back in here. Because then I'll oil it all at once instead of in dribs and drabs. So, axles are minging in it. Disgusting. Just covered in oil, really. Other than that, they're very clean. Apart from being covered in oil. And the surface of the wheel isn't really that dirty either. I'll just give them a little quick polish on the towel. Just some surface dirt, really. Nothing too special. Traction tyres don't really need cleaning. Well, you can't really anyway. But I'll just rub the edge of the tyre against the towel, just in case there's any rubber particles. I think the Hornby tender-driven Henry has a Ringfield motor. Interesting. Glad to see that this HST does have traction tyres. So somebody's not been faffing around with them. So props to the guy who I bought this off. I mean, it does, apart from it being dirty, seem to be in a good condition. So I think we're not that far off now. The wheels really aren't dirty at all. They are very, very clean. Apart from there's a stubborn bit there that won't come off. No, it's not even going to come off with a screwdriver. It must just be a very stubborn bit of grime. Right, wheels can go back in now. So geared side goes towards me. So that means they must go in through that side. Make sure the pickups are making good contact. It's definitely the most complicated Ringfield motor I've serviced. They're not easy things to sort out anyway, just because of how many disassembled parts. How many parts can be disassembled, I should say. Right, for the next bit, to make sure I've got the wheel gauge correct, I'll get out a random curve that I still have in here. And I'll just make sure, you want to make sure there's a little bit of wiggle room and a little bit of twist room, but not so slack that it's all over the place, or not so tight that it just won't turn at all. So that's what I need to do. So I'll put both in. Geared side goes towards the back. That is the ungeared side. That goes in there. That goes in on the back like that. I have to be careful with these pickups, because if they rub against the gears, then will cause too much excess friction, and the pickups will obviously wear quicker. So let's give this a test as it is. Let's not actually. Let's put this clip back in. So it wants to be the flap pointing towards me. Slide that under there. Clip, clip. That seems nice and free, or at least it will be in a minute when I've finished with it. You only want a 2 or 3 millimeter bit of play. That seems alright. This left side towards me seems a bit loose. I've made that too tight now. Let's price that out a bit. That might have been a bit too much. Bit more on right. Bit too much again on the left. Too much on the left. Squeeze it in a bit further. Squeezed it in too far. Be careful. Why did it take forever? Oh yeah, that's perfect now. That's perfectly equal. Test it on the curve. Does it have any binding problems? No, it doesn't. Quite hard to push actually with them traction tyres. So they do work, but I still don't agree with the idea of traction tyres. Although it is only a 4-wheel bogie. I suppose I could have made them 2-driven. That's free doing it like that. If you do, you can hold one wheel and turn it like that. That's very free. Right, we want some 3-in-1 now. People say 3-in-1 can destroy plastics. Nah, not really. Manufacturers who say that are just trying to get you to buy their expensive lubricant. Too much oil can indeed destroy your locomotive if it gets onto the commutator. That is a massive no-no. But thankfully Hornby have put the gears on the opposite side of the commutator. Even if you over-oil this side, it's unlikely it'll get onto the commutator. However, put the oil on and then just sort of swoosh it around with your end of your cotton bud. Just to make sure you haven't got too much on and get any excess off. Spin that by hand. Quite fun doing that, actually. So have I, Kurt. And also, if you do this, it stops it spraying all over the inside of the loco body, or all over your layout if you want to run it before putting the loco body on. That's very free now. That's not got a lot of resistance at all. So that should run sweet as a nut. On the main line, you're back. Welcome to a guy called George's Model Railway. Flipping make this pickup wire's been stubborn. Oh, that's perfect, is that? Both pickup wires are actually within a few millimetres of touching the wheel, touching the gear. And pretty much bang on. That one's making contact. That one is just about making contact. So I could test them with my multimeter, but my multimeter test leads are useless. Video is edited and filmed, should be uploaded soon tonight or tomorrow morning. Okay. Kurt says I have to go and watch on replay later. Bye. Okay, thank you very much for joining, Kurt. Hope you enjoyed things and learnt things, as you said you have done. So thank you for saying you'll watch on replay. And I hope to see you again soon. Jaden's come back and you're going. Oh, actually, I can do this a better way. Multimeter. Where are you flipping thing? Here we are. Multimeter. You can see it there. So if I touch the two leads together, we should get a number close to 1. Fair enough. So left wheel, anywhere on the left wheel to that pickup. I'll tell you what, let's see what the resistance is. So left wheel to pickup. 12 ohms, that's quite high. Forget it. Pickup, wheel to pickup. Yeah, that's fine. Right wheel to pickup. Yes, that's fine. Pickup to chassis. Short. Good. Multimeter. I guess I can put you away now. Oh, we've got the other side to test, haven't we? The pickups on this side are much more substantial than this side. So, this isn't in ohms, by the way. This is just continuity / diode tester. It's also an LED tester, or it can be used as an LED tester. So, if I get the polarity right, because LEDs are bidirectional, unidirectional, should I say? Get your words right. So, if I put it on the right way, it might give enough voltage to light up that LED. No. Oh! Yeah, very dimly, but you won't see it on camera, so good for an LED test if you work in the sort of lighting industry and multimeters. Or indeed if you're just wanting to check you've wired it up properly, which I will probably use later. Anyway, bogey, sod off. Right, that's that to get... Oh, I didn't actually test the other side, did I? I got distracted talking about LEDs. Continuity. Diode can also be used as continuity, as you can see there's one. Short it together. You get... If it's a number that's pretty high, then that means bad connection. If it's pretty low or close to 1, then that means pretty much it's a short, there's continuity. You take them apart and you get one, there is no continuity. So, I'll tell you what, I can't do it on that side. Oh, I can actually. What's just fallen off? Nothing, it's me. So, right wheel to pick up. 30. Ah, that's alright. It'll be better when it's soldered. Left wheel to pick up. Yeah, that's fine. Pick up to pick up. They should be the same because they're common together. Yeah, we're looking alright there. That's alright, is that? So I think that is done now. Flipping heck, that is free. I picked it up like this and it's just flopped round, so I definitely know that's free moving. Right, so this is always a pain to get back in here. Hopefully this one's easier. Trying to push these motors back into their chassis is a pain in the backside. Will you put your other name in chat on the main line? I wasn't paying attention when you said it earlier. But congratulations on 5k. Although I can still say my Model Railway channel has got more subscribers. You have beat me in terms of subscribers, but not in terms of way. So you've got 800 subscribers in the space. Good for you. You said obviously you had didn't you say approximately 4.2k? That's free. Battery test. Good. Very good. That runs very freely and very quietly. Almost sounds like a Bachmann motor. Bachmann motors are big, bulky, but they do run. Right, that's that done. So we can, I guess we can clip this straight back in here now. Like so. Unpowered bogie. Right, I'm replacing all that wiring for a start because it's just an absolute mess. I don't have to thread it through a hole, so I'm not going to restrict how far it can turn. Okay, that's fine, Jaden. Understand that. Yeah, okay, you can give me a clue. I can understand why you wouldn't want to reveal your channel. I'll just chop an excess length of wire off. It doesn't even necessarily have to be red and black. Just there's no point just using one colour. Otherwise, you end up with one spool of red or one spool of black in a black and white spool. Okay, I will experiment with that later. I won't put a comment on that channel, especially if you've said you don't want to tell me it in this format. So. I won't put a comment on. In fact, you can probably just pretend I haven't even seen it if you really want. Right, rewiring. I'll check there's no components in these heat shrinked bits. Just to be sure that there's not like a diode or a resistor or something in here that's going to be affecting the LED or blowing up the LED. Although I think the resistors and all that are actually in this tube itself, so I don't think there is, which is good. Come on, unsolder. My iron not hot enough? No, it's at 300 degrees. I don't think there is any components in here. Nah, there won't be. It wouldn't make sense to do it like that. Bend that over there, we don't need that. This wire has just disconnected itself, so obviously the solder joint wasn't the strongest. Yeah, very thin wire is this. It's very ropey. More insulation than wire. Although I suppose that's what most insulation's for. Very thin wire. Don't like this. But I can't be bothered to rewire all this and take all the components out without damaging it, so I'll just leave it like that. This black one can come off. I think we might be finished by the end of the stream, you know. I've got half an hour. Oh dear. Ah, that's a problem. Right, I'm sorry everyone, we're going to have an abrupt end to the stream there. Don't like leaving things hanging over the edge, but my laptop is about to die, my charger is downstairs, and by the time I go and get my charger and bring it up here and then have to put it away later, it's not going to be worth doing. It's because I've got a webcam in and I've got my phone charging off my laptop at the same time. Plus, I've got the dongles for the mouse and the wireless mouse and wireless keyboard. So, unfortunately, I am going to have to end the stream here. I don't like ending the streams on an unfinished note like this, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to end it. My laptop is pretty much vital to these streams, and I can't, because I've got a webcam over here, and my phone's over there, I can't be reaching over for the back of the phone. I can't be reaching over behind the phone all the time to keep swapping the layouts over. It's a bit of a fiddle on a phone. So apologies for that, everyone. I am going to have to end the stream here, but at least I haven't ended it short. We've done about an hour and 15. We could have gone on to an hour and 45, but we have sort of done a minimum length stream that I do sort of aim to do. So apologies for that, everyone. So I will start reading the outro. Could I do a part 2 next week? Maybe, but I kind of just want to get it finished, to be honest. So we can have a running session with it next week. That'll be all right, I think. So apologies, everyone. Sorry for the abrupt end, but thank you all indeed for watching today's Sunday stream. It really has been lovely reading all of your questions and your comments in the live chat. And thank you all for your messages, as they are my favourite part of these live streams. It is just the fact that I am live and I can see your discussions coming through in the chat. It really is why. That is the reason why I enjoy this stream so much. I'll see you on Tuesday for a mega and bumper running session video. We're using all areas of my layout, many different locomotives, shunting, rearranging trains, run around sidings, all that job lot. So I do hope you will look forward to that. Do remember to subscribe and like the stream if you've enjoyed it, and share my video to friends and family and my channel if you think I'll appreciate it, because I will certainly appreciate it a lot if you could do that for me. Thank you all once again for joining the stream. It has been great to have you here, and I do hope to see you all again very, very soon. Sorry once again for the abrupt end to the video. Nothing really I could do about it. My laptop was fully charged. Just the fact that I've got webcam with its full power light on, and my phone charging, and the wireless dongles for keyboard and mouse. So apologies greatly for that, everyone. I'm sorry to have to end the stream in this way. So unfortunately, the last thing for me to say to end these Sunday streams is take care of yourselves and bye for now. Thank you.